Definitely, but so far, Stardust is playing the complete opposite to what we thought he would.
Yeah, he's standard dust right now. In the
Dust.
upper right, in the blue, he is Stardust. And in the bottom right, in the red, he is MMA.
Who would you like to see if both of these were in the finals of BlizzCon? Who would you like to see lift the trophy? Would you like to see MMA?
I think it'd be cool to see MMA do it again. What about you?
Yeah, I think the same. It's for MMA. When he won BlizzCon back in 2011, it's been the most special moment of his entire career.
Oh,
to
absolutely.
repeat that again, I think would that's magical, really.
Well, and that's a bit unheard of too.
Yeah.
To do something like that. Although I would say MMA, I would not put high on the list of people I would ever expect to be in the finals. Not because he's bad, but because we have some players like, Zest or...
Right, and I mean, the winner of this plays Bomber, so...
Yeah, you have to go through Bomber first. Who do you think has a better chance of beating Bomber out of these two, Stardust or MMA? Because I would say Stardust, for me personally, I think could beat Bomber.
Yeah, it's a tricky one, that one, really. I mean, I think the games would be epic, MMA versus Bomber. I think the series would be wild, but I think Stardust could have an easier chance.
It would be fun to see MMA against Bomber.
Yeah.
That'd be fun to cast. I've been casting GSL all year, so I haven't seen a TVT in a long time. But that would be cool to see, too.
All right, so Reaper opening from MMA on this big map here. Wanting to get that scouting information once again and use that Reaper to figure out what he's playing against, like he did in the previous game, but he didn't in the first game, remember? And then Stardust just very standard here with his opening. But yeah, massive map here, so it's very easy to take 3-4 bases, and they're both going to be in this pocket of, their side of the map. MMA pockets himself to the bottom right, and Stardust to the top right. And if we don't see major aggression in the early mid stages, this will more than likely be a very long game.
Yeah, especially on a map like this. Okay, so here's that command center. And we have a Nexus over here.
And MMA's building gas again. I mean, he's building up the gas count. Is he going to attempt the same build he tried previously? It looks like it currently.
He could. Well, think about it. That build he did, he got into that base. No problem. The mistake was how he controlled his army. But if he can do it again and he gets in there and he actually deals even more damage, surely he would have an even greater chance of winning. So I don't see this as a bad idea. If that's the route he chooses to go down.
It looks like it with the factory coming in, of course. And we'll see if he... I mean, he can still choose Widow Mines from this position too, so we don't know exactly what it can be, but his Reaper sees that this is the same opening as previous as well, and he'll want to keep that Reaper alive to see if he can see that Twilight Council again. See if he knows exactly what's up.
Well, we have the Stalkers coming up. What if he just doesn't cheese this whole series?
Then we have to change him from Cheese Dust to Standard Dust.
Standard Dust, yeah. That's right.
Standust.
Standard Dust.
And it is the Twilight Council.
All right, so yeah, the Twilight's coming up here. Stardust has been very confident with this build so far. I assume he's just going to get Blink again, send out the 3 Stalkers, try to control the Terran outside of his base.
It's Widow Mines this time, though.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So he's going to switch it up a little bit.
Well, this might even be better.
Yeah?
I mean, if he doesn't have any detection, there's nothing he can do.
It's going to be very frustrating to try and get rid of the Widow Mines. The only way to deal with them, obviously, is if he kills them before they burrow, but that's incredibly difficult to do.
Yeah, certainly.
No Starport, though. So he's just got 1 Widow Mine, and he's not looking to kind of drop the Widow Mines or anything. So maybe just walk up and try to plant it in the middle line or use this defensively. He hasn't scouted if there is a robotics facility or Twilight, though.
The weird thing about it is that with Stalkers out on the map, the odds of the Widow Mine being gunned down, okay, you can't pick it up in a medevac. Even if you burrow it, the Stalkers can wait at a distance, and when it unburrows, just blink on top of it.
Yeah.
So this seems a little bit dicey, what he's trying to do.
And Stardust has not chosen the robotics facility straight after the Twilight. This time he's chosen an additional gateway. We'll see if he tries to out on a couple more.
I'm really curious about the story with this Widow Mine. This is really interesting. Is he just going to try to slip it up with the Reaper?
Drag the Stalkers with the Reaper to the main base and then try to plant this in. The robotics facility is very late, so if this works...
Yeah, if he gets in there...
I mean, the Stalkers are chasing the Reaper.
I guess this is a very straightforward strat. Okay, he gets it over there, he burrows it. And this is a problem now for this expansion.
And he gets a kill in the main base with the Reaper as well.
We don't really see this used that often.
No, this is...
I feel like this shouldn't work, but then again, people aren't really using it at this level.
It's very difficult to pull off.
Yeah. At the same time, it's also just a very basic concept.
Right.
Okay, so he picked off the Reaper.
And he got a lot of scouting information, by the way, MMA. He saw the 3 gateways instead of the fast robotics facility. He's got a lot of intel from this. Very simple move. Oh.
Well, he'll be able to take that out pretty soon. We do have the Colossus tech beginning.
But this time MMA's chosen 2 barracks into a much faster Medivac style here. So he's going to have Medivacs in this game a lot sooner than normal. So he's going to be able to plant the units into the main base here. So if Stardust doesn't have the right amount of units, he'll be in trouble.
Yeah, he certainly could be.
Here
comes that drop, Apollo. He's coming over here to the upper right.
And the Mothership Cores already used 1 photon overcharge, remember, to deal with the Widow Mine. So he won't have a second one for reserve.
And back at home for MMA, he's just gearing up, macroing up as much as he possibly can. We have these Medivacs coming up on the right side.
This is pretty
How much
big.
damage is this going to do? Look at this. This is beautiful. Perfect spot for him to drop.
But
will he use that?
Either way, this is a really good position.
Think there's a
for
pylon
MMA.
there.
Yeah. He may
indeed. So, the Medivacs are coming around. Okay, he sees the corner of them, and here we go again. He's probably going to be able to take out this Forge.
That's pretty big. He's going to get a lot of probes. The Forge is vulnerable as well. A very good drop here, and this is unexpected. Brilliant.
Looks like he's actually confident enough to engage the army before he fully finishes that Forge off.
He's got a Widow Mine planted in there too. If the probes come back and he doesn't realize.
Yeah, let's see if he does pull the probes back. We have an observer going over there?
Does he realize that got planted? Yeah,
okay, he's going to see it no matter what.
So a nice little drop there from MMA, and he's going to continue this. He's got another set of Medivacs ready to go in the center of the map, so he's going to drop in the main base and the natural at the same time here.
You know, most of the time, Protosses should be able to hold just 2 bases with Terran dropping him, but the build that Stardust is picking, he's pretty vulnerable even just on 2 base.
Double Forge, this is the reason why it isn't that popular right now. You don't have many units to deal with these type of attacks.
And yes, Blinkstalkers can nab the Medivacs, but if it's just a handful of them, especially early on, it doesn't matter. You drop out your units and just kill the Blinkstalkers. So let's see how he's going to handle the next few drops.
All right, he's got 4 Medivacs. He can pick up all of this right now. He's got a larger army supply. All the army for Stardust is on the natural. Scan sees that. Where is he going to go? Does he want to pick up? Oh, there's an observer there. I don't think he realizes, though.
Yeah, he probably should have scanned his army. Right, but you pretty much always want to scan your army right before you do something like pick up everything and go for their base. So he decides to turn around.
But a good game here from MMA. Definitely gained himself a lead via these drops. And he's got a lot of production in that 3rd command center finished up as well.
For the time being, it seems like MMA just wants to patrol around the outside of the base, and he's waiting for any opportunity where he sees a hole in the defenses or a stray unit he can pick off. Nice job there, scanned that, took out the observer. That's going to make it much harder for Stardust to actually be prepared for any kind of attack.
And notice...
What is it? What's the deal with... Is he hoping to catch a warp prism?
Yeah. Notice how MMA's got a faster second starport here. Throughout the day, Stardust has been choosing heavy Colossus. He's going to rise that Viking count really early in this game to surprise Stardust.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't make a fast switch into Templar Archives, which he would need to do against that, he's going to take a fight on that 3rd base, and he may not be able to hold it. This is a good change and adaptation from MMA as the series grows longer.
I really like it. It is, again, a bit weird that Stardust is doing the same build over and over again.
Yeah, I mean...
but MMA is just adapting to it.
Yeah, and he may even pull SCVs with this, like we've seen so often.
Yeah. Each game, MMA is actually doing better against Stardust than the game before him.
And I think after this game, Stardust may need to change up from this greedy style of opening, which he's been using a lot, because now MMA's on top of it. It was a longer game in Game 2, but now Game 3, much more convincing for MMA. Very high supply count, lots of Vikings. I'm pretty sure we're going to see some SCVs with this as well to capitalize and break down that 3rd base.
I think that would not be a bad call if he were to take the SCVs with him. The upgrades have completed. He's pulling the boys.
He's pulling the boys,
He's pulling the boys.
They're ready to fight.
The SCVs are coming out now.
And there's so few units there for Stardust. Once the Colossus die, there's nothing there.
Well, let's see if he can hang on. He's going to have to use the angling of the map and everything else, positioning of buildings to try to make this army less effective. The SCVs coming up here in the front. And you can see so many Vikings right now, and they are shift-clicked on these Colossi. And MMA is just torn through this army. The last Colossi is about to be shot down. Probes being pulled. It's not going to be enough. We have some Zealots and Stalkers being worked in, but with no Colossi behind them, there's just not enough damage for the Protoss to hold on.
Excellent execution here from MMA. Made that one look easy.